Oh man, Dominick Cruz has a fucking weird gym. I mean, even straight up Dominick Cruz.
Alliance?
Yeah, Alliance. I mean, he's also in the cult, by the way. Khalil Rountree's in the cult too.
What do you mean? They're in a cult?
Yeah, they're like in a weird fucking cult.
What cult?
I can't stand Khalil Rountree.
Alright, so Sean Strickland's claim that Khalil Rountree and Dominick Cruz being in a cult have interested me ever since I heard him bring it up on the JRE in 2023. And after doing some research into ChoiceCenter in Las Vegas, which is the supposed cult that Khalil Dominick and Jeremy Stevens are a part of, I came across some pretty crazy stuff. Now, before I go any further, for legal purposes, I need to be very careful with my wording about this organization, so just keep that in mind as I take you through the details surrounding ChoiceCenter. First and foremost, ChoiceCenter is an emotional intelligence development program that was founded in 1998 by this lady, Robin Williams. And I know that I'm about to start explaining why I feel like ChoiceCenter feels a little bit grifty to me just based on their extreme pricing as well as their very dubious practices, but at the same time, at a core level, I actually do agree with ChoiceCenter's mission in that human beings should be more emotionally aware of themselves and those around them. I mean, it's not like ChoiceCenter invented the concept of emotional intelligence, which is a huge difference between them and Scientology. Emotional intelligence is actually a really good quality for a person to develop throughout their whole life, so it's hard for me to knock ChoiceCenter for providing courses to help people become more self-aware. But with that being said, the prices that they're charging for their EQ courses and private coachings are pretty insane. For example, their next upcoming course named Teen Leadership 66 costs $644 for about 20 hours worth of training. This next course, called Essential EQ Development and Essential EQ Leadership, is priced at $3,000, and given the entire course takes place over 100 days, but still, that seems like a pretty outrageous amount of money for emotional intelligence coaching. And then you have this course titled Journey Within 15 that costs $5,000 for 3 weekends of in-person coaching, along with some other training like monthly evening coaching, daily readings, and daily meditation and exercises. Okay. And then we have their private EQ coaching sessions that go up to $1,500 an hour, which, yeah, seems pretty crazy to me as well. Now, with all this out of the way, let's talk about Khalil Dominick and Jeremy's involvement with ChoiceCenter. Admittedly, I was able to find a bit more details into how Dominick and Jeremy fit into the picture over at ChoiceCenter, whereas with Khalil, there's very little public information available into how long and how important he is in the program. Because for Khalil, the only thing that I could find online that actually ties him to ChoiceCenter is this Instagram post from 2022 that was posted by Robin Williams herself. She posted this about 2 weeks after Khalil defeated Carl Robertson, and she calls out that Khalil was level 126 at ChoiceCenter at this point in time. And seeing as this Instagram post was made over 2.5 years ago now, I would imagine that Khalil is probably a much higher rank at ChoiceCenter these days. When it comes to Dominick, Jeremy, and their coach Eric Del Fiero, they were used as marketing material on ChoiceCenter's Twitter on March 1st, 2019 in order to promote an upcoming celebration of some of their students passing their ChoiceCenter level 175 course, but I actually don't think that any of them were a part of the graduating class. That's because over a year later, on May 6th, 2020, Dom and Jeremy were given a shout out on ChoiceCenter's Instagram where it stated that Dom was level 171 at ChoiceCenter, whereas Jeremy was level 175. And I couldn't find any information on how many levels there are in ChoiceCenter, but from the outside looking in, being level 170 plus at anything indicates to me that they probably spent a lot of time and a lot of money in order to get to that point. I was able to find these videos from their Facebook page that were uploaded in 2021 where one of them shows Dominick talking about how ChoiceCenter has benefited him, and then there's also this video where his friends from the organization are cheering him on at one of his fights, but honestly, I haven't been able to track down any more recent info when it comes to Dom and ChoiceCenter, but honestly, I get the feeling that he's still an active member. And that is basically all that I could find when it comes to how involved Khalil Dominick and Jeremy are with the program. It's weird because so much about this place seems so open and inviting, but it's so hard to actually find clear-cut information on things besides the prices of their courses and their coaching sessions. I mean, of course, this is a business at the end of the day who sells supposedly valuable information, so they can't be giving away that sort of stuff for free on their website, but there's just a bit of a black box sort of feeling with ChoiceCenter where they try to give off this vibe of everything and everyone involved with it being so awesome, but you can barely get any concrete details about their courses, their teachings, or their coaching without giving them your contact information, which I am not trying to do. And again, I'm trying to be very careful with my wording here so I don't get into any trouble, but it kind of feels like that maybe they're trying to reel in people with their outward appearance of perfection and camaraderie in order to entice vulnerable people into buying into their program. Because even when it comes to the pictures and videos that they post online, I feel like things seem a little bit off. I mean, of course they're going to post content of people looking happy and looking like they're having a good time, but I don't know, man. Some of these pictures and videos that I've seen from ChoiceCenter Center kind of blur the line between what I feel like what a standard self-help seminar should look like, and I'll just leave it at that. Now, seeing as I obviously don't have first-hand experience with what goes on inside the walls of ChoiceCenter, for the rest of this video, I'm going to show you guys some online reviews of ChoiceCenter made by people who have apparently been enrolled in the program, at least to some degree. Right off the bat, the first review that you'll see on ChoiceCenter's Yelp page is a 1-star rating that immediately accuses ChoiceCenter of being a cult in the very first sentence of their post. The review also mentions how the program will deprive members of sleep and meals, which is wild, and then the final sentence is probably the most damning when they say that the leadership program at ChoiceCenter requires you to enroll 3 to 6 new members. Holy shit. This other 1-star review comes from someone who I'm assuming was enrolled in their teen leadership program and implores parents to not send their kids to ChoiceCenter. They not only claim that the program is a multi-level marketing scheme, but they were also locked in a dark room for hours. This person makes a very disturbing accusation in saying that ChoiceCenter told the kids that they were their only family, which if this is true, then that's weird as fuck. Then there's this review, which also makes reference to quote cultish tactics that are used at ChoiceCenter. This person says they were involved with the program in 2016, and they also claim that the ultimate goal of the course is to get participants to enroll their family members, friends, or just anyone in their life into ChoiceCenter. This review is very interesting because they go into great detail about the weird practices that go on over there. They say that you're not allowed to go to the bathroom by yourself. They say that the coaches are not trained professionals and will ignore medical emergencies. They say that some of the courses simply involve bullying the other participants and just some more really disturbing stuff. We have this review that immediately kicks off by accusing ChoiceCenter of being a cult in all caps. Then the rest of their review goes into detail about how their best friend joined the program and came out the other end a completely different person and not in a good way. They also mention that this friend of theirs pushed the program on other people in their life relentlessly, and supposedly a couple of people in their social circles cut ties with them because they were tired of being pressured into joining ChoiceCenter. This reviewer says that the organization is an MLM scheme that leverages psychological weaknesses, which honestly sounds pretty spot on to the things that I've seen and read from the program. And after saying that the owner is all about the money, this person agrees with many of the other negative Yelp reviews that the practices of the program are very cult-like. Now, of course, there are good reviews of ChoiceCenter. You can pretty easily find 5-star reviews mixed along with all the negative reviews, not just on Yelp, but Google reviews as well. But the thing is, if you read through some of the positive reviews, you'll start to notice that all of them read very similarly to one another. So many of them use the same talking points of mentioning how many years they've been in ChoiceCenter, and then they'll say that the program has helped their lives in any combination of family, career, health, and or friendships. A lot of these reviews sound a bit robotic, and I'm not saying that these accounts are fake or anything like that, but more so they almost read like they were pulled from some sort of template where the reviewers fill in the blank with their own specific details. Also, many of these reviews tend to ignore the hefty price tag that's involved with enrolling, and almost all of them seem to not mention that recruiting other members is a major aspect of the program. With that being said, I really encourage you to read all of the ChoiceCenter reviews online to gain a better understanding for yourself, because this is a pretty wild rabbit hole to dive down. There's so many reviews, both positive and negative, that I can't cover in this video, but it's really interesting to see so many reviews with vastly different experiences across the board. I mean, their Yelp page is better reviewed than their Google reviews, but you'll find a ton of people saying that ChoiceCenter changed their life for the better, as well as people saying that ChoiceCenter is an MLM cult-like scam all across the internet. Alright, so if you're wondering what my personal take is on ChoiceCenter, then I would say that from my couple of hours of research into their website and what people are saying about it online, for legal purposes, I'm not going to say that they're a cult, but in my personal opinion, it does seem kind of cult-like. I mean, it's not like they're peddling a religion, but from my research on the definition of what cults can be, a cult can just simply be an excessive devotion to a belief system. And from what I've seen and read online, there does seem to be a little bit of that going on here with ChoiceCenter. Like, maybe ChoiceCenter does have the best of intentions in trying to make their members more emotionally intelligent, but the many claims of the program's emphasis on enrolling new members just seems a bit off to me. I don't know, in my opinion, if your program is actually operating in good faith, then having your members recruit new members shouldn't be such a priority, especially seeing as the courses and seminars over there are so fucking expensive. I also feel like their whole system of having levels for their members seems a little bit strange as well, because in a program where they're trying to teach people to be more emotionally intelligent, should there really be a hierarchical ranking system that places people above or below other people? Also, does having a higher level at ChoiceCenter really mean that they're more emotionally intelligent than those lower level than them, or does it simply mean that they spent more time or spent more money or recruited more members than the other members? I don't know, man. It seems like those who really buy into the ChoiceCenter system seem to benefit from it, seeing as there are a ton of members who've been a part of the program for over a decade, and they seem to have nothing but positive things to say about it. And it seems like Khalil Dominick and Jeremy also like what's going on over there, seeing as they're all over level 100, so they've been committed to the program for a while now. But this place and its practices personally give me the creeps, but I'll let you decide what you think about it. Anyways, that's the video for today. Definitely let me know what your take is on ChoiceCenter, as well as Khalil and Dominick's involvement with the organization. Do you think ChoiceCenter is on the up and up, or do you think that the program seems a little bit off? As always, if you like the video, then like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.